What is happening, guys? Sergeant Masiba here. Today is Feb 1st, 2016. Again, I am driving and vlogging at the same time. If it's your first time tuning into one of my videos, yeah, my name is Sergeant Masiba. I make videos about the military, about current events, and a lot more. Links down below or somewhere on the screen if you want to. It's free. And subscribe if you want to so you can get updated whenever I put a new one. Today's video will be about how to ruck march. So if you are a brand new soldier who's about to go to basic training, AIT, or you're a current soldier right now, either active duty component, reserves, National Guard, or whatsoever, if you're about to go to an Army school, i.e. EFMB, Air Assault, and all that, you'll definitely be doing a ruck march. Ruck march is basically walking. It's so easy as that. But the thing is, you have to finish it in a certain amount of time while carrying a ruck or the rucksack that they issue you, and having to put a certain amount of weight in that rucksack. The Army standards is 3 hours for 12 miles. I guess a little bit about my background in rucking. I have been rucking for about 5 years now, ever since I joined the military, the Army. It's one of my strongest points, rucking. I'd consider myself as an okay average runner, but rucking is definitely my forte. The longest ruck march distance I've covered is 26.2 miles back in May of 2015 when I participated for the Bataan Death March. If you don't know what a Bataan Death March is, I'll be putting the links down below again or somewhere on the screen. It's basically in commemoration of that event. So we try to simulate, I don't know if that's even the right word, but just try to cover a certain amount of distance, commemoration of Bataan Death March, basically. A lot of people died during that event. It's actually part of history, and if you want to know more, I'll be putting the link somewhere down below. I actually did that 26.2 mile ruck march when I was stationed overseas on TCS orders, temporary change of station, in Kuwait. Yeah, I wasn't really ready for that. I just got in country about like less than 30 days, but knowing myself, I know that I don't really like backing down to any challenges, and I heard about it like, damn, that's one of the things that I really like about being in the Army, ruck march, so I think I can do it, even though I know myself that I'm not really up to training to cover that amount of distance. Usually before you ruck, you obviously have to prepare before you even go to an event, but I didn't have any prior training for that specific ruck march because the main focus was for me to go to Kuwait and do whatever my mission was. So there I was. I finished 0 miles to 17 or 18 miles in less than 3 hours. So I basically beat the Army standards, which is 3 hours for 12 miles. Instead of 12 in 3 hours, I did 17 to 18. But from 18 miles to 26.2, it took me more than 3 hours. Fatigue finally set in. Of course, I wasn't really prepared, like what I said. That's why we're covering this today in this video, is a little bit of tips and tricks and what I've learned through my experience from other soldiers, other leaders, under other NCOs, whatever worked for them. It's to guide you and know what happens when you ruck march, and for you to be more effective and successful in rucking. Number one thing that you guys should know is to hydrate. And not a lot of people know this, but hydration is the most important thing that you can be doing, so you will be better at rucking. When you ruck, you sweat a lot, and when you sweat a lot, you lose a lot of fluids. And if you're trying to cover a very far distance and going on a really fast pace, there's a high chance that you will get dehydrated, pass out, or go into shock. And who else knows what's happened? Probably you ending up as a heat casualty or even a fatality. I've seen it happen. I haven't really administered it personally, but I've seen it through my own eyes. They basically gave a soldier a Ranger IV. If you don't know what a Ranger IV is, it's basically an IV up your butt. And trust me, it doesn't feel good at all. It's not. I wouldn't even recommend you guys having to do that to yourself. Another thing that you guys should know before you ruck march is definitely to take it slow. Take it in increments, like what I said. When I did my ruck march in Kuwait, I have a basic knowledge of what to do, and I have prior experience in rucking. But if you're trying to cover 20 miles and it's your first time rucking, that's a no-go. That's a no-no. You're just gonna end up hurting yourself. When I say do increments, what I'm trying to say is try to do like 2 miles first, and then the next few days try to go 4, 6, 8, 12, and so on until you're able to build up yourself so you can be able to finish a 20-mile plus ruck march or whatever it is. Take baby steps. Basically, you're trying to have your body get used to the stress and trying to have it ready, built from the bottom. It's kind of like lifting weights. You can't just expect yourself like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym today and deadlift like, I don't know, like 400 pounds, just like that. But it's your first time doing it. You're just gonna end up hurting yourself. It's the same thing with rucking. Don't try to do it. You're just gonna hurt yourself. This is actually kind of related to hydrating. It's basically eating. Before you even go to an event to do a ruck march, you should eat healthy. Eat a lot of bananas, potassium. Some people will say eat a lot of carbs. You will have a lot of energy to burn when you're rucking. Or when you're actually rucking, you can snack on some stuff. You can bring a banana, you can have some Gatorade, some electrolyte powders, added to your water. Again, going back to hydration, it begins way before the night of the event. It has to be done like weeks and days before the event. It's not just like, okay, tomorrow's the event, I think I'm gonna drink a jug of water just tonight. That's not gonna work. It doesn't work like that. When I rucked that 26.2 mile ruck march, I remember having those Power Bar brand jelly capsules that had like stuff inside them. It's basically like a gummy bear filled with sugar, I believe. So I'm not really sure what it was, but it gave me a boost when I was really tired. Something to eat, something to fuel myself again, to have more energy, and it worked out for me. And I also brought bananas. So I was basically eating and rucking at the same time. And when I say eating and rucking at the same time, don't bring any pizzas or hamburgers or cheeseburgers and stuff like that. Bring something light, easy to eat, on the go, because you really can't afford to stop if you're trying to meet a certain amount of time. Another thing that will be helpful for you guys to be able to improve in rucking is invest in like good equipment like socks or boots. About boots, please don't wear your brand spanking new boots like fresh out of the box and try to ruck with them for 20 miles. If you do that, you're gonna end up having a lot of blisters, bleeding feet, and it's just gonna be a bad day. You're gonna be hurt. Try to wear something that's comfortable and a pair of boots that's been broken in, so it's soft and you're basically comfortable using that. About socks, there's also a tip that I learned, try to wear dress socks first. The socks that you wear that came with your Class A's, wear them first, and then put another pair of socks, which is basically army socks. But for mine, I bought something different. I bought a pair of Under Armour socks. It had like little cushions underneath it. So it was basically, first layer was my dress blue socks, and then followed by my Under Armour socks. During that 26.2 mile ruck march, I think I only changed my socks once, and it was about the 18-mile point. When I took it off, my feet was like clean, no hot spots or nothing. But looking around me left and right, I saw people that had like skin peeling off, bleeding, a lot of blisters, and they basically cannot continue anymore. So basically that's what it is. Imagine rucking with brand new boots in sand. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna hurt, especially if you're carrying more than 35 pounds of equipment in your ruck. Talking about rucksacks and rucking, about your gear, you should actually pack your rucksack high and tight. Basically, you don't want your rucksack dangling in the bottom, like close to your butt. You don't want any rubbing, so you should actually put your rucksack really tight on your body. Everything strapped on, no movement as much as possible. And if also, this is really helpful, try to tuck in all those loose ends just to look pretty, and you don't want it getting caught on anything else. Above anything else, when you're trying to accomplish a certain task that will require a lot of physical strength, the number one thing that you can really rely on is your training and your motivation. So just don't give up. If you're trying to go to school, if you're going through basic and AIT, just keep focused on that thing. And that thing is to finish with a good time. Never give up, have heart, don't be a crybaby, and push on. That's the best advice that I can probably give you, besides tips and tricks on how to be better in rucking. So that's it for this video today. I hope you guys like it. If you have more questions, again, if you haven't seen more of my videos, I'll be putting links down below, somewhere around the screen. And please give me feedback on what do you guys want to hear next, or what do you want to see next? Man, today's gonna be really cold. It's already raining. Good thing I have my waffle top right here, and I have my whoopee beside me. And again, I'll probably go live, or when I mean live, I'm gonna probably go live streaming on YouTube. I'll be putting the link somewhere here again down below so you can check it out, so we can hang out and talk. I don't think a lot of people do live streams on YouTube, but I did it last week. There was a pretty good turnaround. There's a few viewers, and I just want to talk to you guys. So again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, appreciate. Sergeant Masiba out.